Alexandra Fitzgerald.
My name is Alexandra Fitzgerald, and I'm known for writing situations. So you know what? We need some writing, I'm going to write it. I'm glad to be here today. I am a former student of Manalapan High School. I graduated in 2009. And when I heard what was going on, I came home from college early. I was actually supposed to be taking a final right now, but I'm here instead. So let's just keep that into consideration. This school, this community, this state, this everything is my life. I've been, for the last year in Maryland, fighting why New Jersey is so good and why they should not hate it. Here is the reason why. All the students tonight who spoke up and all the students who are going to speak up have the same heart as I do. I might not have the big words as they do, but I have the heart, and that's the truth. I would just like to point out some really nice things about the district that helped me. In high school, I was the captain of the cheerleading team, I was the prom queen, I was all these stereotypical things. But along with those things, I was also in DECA and other academic things, such as the Human Commission Project, which helped show students what diversity can bring and the positive sides of all those things. Besides from that, I also suffered 5 concussions and now a disabled student. Not only did the school open me with welcome arms, they showed me such a brighter community that I'd ever seen before. This district, not just Manalapan, has shown just open arms to every type of student, every type of nationality, every type of diversity. And I think rather than just keep pushing all the negatives out, we need to show the positives like that, because the truthfulness in that is what's going to get our budget back. And you know, everyone's gone through a recession. We kind of know that already. So, you know, we'll just look for the happy side and it'll come eventually. That's all I have to say.
Marlboro resident. At the last meeting, it was nice of this board to allow Dr. Emmerman to speak beyond her 4-minute limit, especially as she was speaking under the public comment section of the agenda and should have been given the same restrictions we must live by. I have a few rebuttals to make on Dr. Emmerman's statements about the Marlboro TSO and myself. First, she mentioned that she spoke privately to me. That could not be farther from the truth. The first time was at a superintendent advisory committee meeting last February, where others present overheard and in fact began to walk away from us due to the belligerent way she was confronting me. The last time a so-called private conversation took place was at the end of a board meeting at Colts Neck High School, again, where others witnessed her belligerence. Dr. Emmerman mentioned that she believed that there is nepotism in the way the scholarships were offered, as 2 prior presidents, including myself, who had been president these past 2 years, have had children who received these scholarships. When my son received a scholarship 4 years ago, I was not an officer on that PTSO board. Dr. Emmerman has never even acknowledged that she was made aware of the PTSO scholarship program procedures, including the fact that one of the essay readers who read copies of these essays, not knowing who the writers are, was former Principal Malivi himself. Dr. Emmerman denied that acting principal Dr. Hazel was not apprised of her beliefs about the PTSO. But are we to believe that an acting principal who had only been in this building for 2 weeks had nothing better to do with her time than delve into the PTSO rather than to meet with her staff and get the lay of the land in general? I am not saying that Dr. Hazel isn't qualified for the acting principal position, But like any new position, anywhere, some acclimation time is necessary. I would have taken Dr. Hazel's suggestions a little more seriously had they not come so quickly upon her arrival. Dr. Emmerman, you might think you are civil in your conversations, but your attitude and demeanor come across in a totally different way. Many others would agree with me. I applaud you for all you have done for this district and wish you all the best as you retire. But I have to say, I believe this district will be better off not having you as an intimidator.
That is enough.
Perhaps.
Okay, please. That's enough. Okay? Now you get the first one. You get the first one. You have 30 seconds left. If you change the tenor of your presentation.
Perhaps even more of the public and the staff will now decide to attend and speak out, knowing that intimidators like yourself will no longer be here.
Vincent Dominion.
This committee in Old County. 65 or 70 million years ago, there was a dinosaur. You're in the room. What's the report, guys? It was the biggest, smartest, fastest, strongest dinosaur that ever lived. It didn't help. Extinction came for him too. This, I have said, and I will say again, in my opinion, is the finest school system in the state of New Jersey. And I say that. It's an argument that I believe can be defended. But I will also say it isn't enough. It doesn't matter. You are still facing ultimate ruin, as are other governmental bodies. Not because of a single vote in any year, not because of the defeat of a budget, but because we are facing the probability, the high likelihood, almost certainty, of a 2.5% hard cap on property taxes, with an exemption only for debt service, coupled with the inexorable, relentless rise of fixed costs that will destroy budgets, not just for boards of education, but for counties, for municipalities. This is coming. This is not something that can be avoided. It's something that must be dealt with. That's why a year ago, I came to you and proposed studying an alternative, seeking a new paradigm. I did that because I saw this coming. I spent a lot of time with this sort of stuff. And I believe that even with all that you have before you now, the difficulties of dealing with a defeated budget, the challenge of finding a new superintendent, someone who is, and it's going to be a tremendous challenge to find someone who is as good a superintendent as Jim Wasser. Believe me, a man who I have known for many years and for whom I have the highest regard. I voted for your budget. I encouraged my township committee to treat it gently. But still, at the best case, even if they came with a lower number, if there's no agreement on numbers, it goes to the state. So you have a very difficult situation. But I, again, ask you to move ahead with appointing the committee to study that proposal, because I believe I sincerely believe it is your best hope for this district. Thank you.